Good morning, everybody. Dr. Steve back with another episode of Core Wellness TV, and today I want to share with you the message of the power of intention when you're doing certain movements. And I'm going to use an example to show you how you can automatically improve your posture, walk straighter and walk more powerfully, and feel more powerful by using this one simple tool. Now, I have a private client who came in. She didn't have an appointment. She just said, "Can I stop by and have you look at my bag?" And the way I carry, the way I pull my computer bag along with me. She's a teacher and she carries a bunch of books, and then she drags. And drag is a good word that she was using. She drags this book bag around campus. And she realized that she was starting to develop some shoulder pain and things like this. So she came in, and we determined that her mindset was that she was pulling or dragging this thing along, okay? And when you think of pull and drag, you end up leaning forward and you drag this thing along, right? Think about dragging. And I said, let's change the intention of this whole process. Instead of imagining dragging this thing along or pulling it, let's imagine that we actually take it and we push it along. So it's the same. She's holding it exactly the same, in exactly the same way. And instead of pulling it, she's going to push it. You see how there's really not much difference between that besides the intention? But she emailed me twice within a couple of days and said, "I'm amazed at how such a little change in intention has shifted everything for me. No more shoulder pain, my posture has improved, and I'm just amazed by how just that little intention made the difference." Because as you push forward, what happens? As I push forward, I am getting the intention of dropping my shoulder blade down. I am, of course, she knows, because she's been a client for a long time, she knows how to engage her support zone here, which you can see in the Reverse CPS Now program. I clicked on my picture over there. But she knew how to already do that, but that intention of pushing herself along shifted everything. So how does that apply to you? Push versus pull. Even if you're not dragging a bag around, just walking, okay? You can pull yourself along, literally. Usually what happens as stress builds in our life, we become more and more closed down. The crossed posture syndrome that I've talked about over and over again. We become more and more closed down. And what happens when we close down? We can't open up to accept anything. We stay closed. When our body is closed, our mind tends to close. I'm going to repeat that. When our body is closed, our mind tends to close, because it's the same thing, body-mind. That's the new science. Get over it. Your body is your mind is your body. So when your body is closed, you send messages to your brain of close. So just by being closed down and leaned forward, whenever you walk, you have no choice but to pull yourself along, because you've bent forward, your hip flexor muscles have tightened forward, they are activated and they are already on, so you're going to use them to walk. Okay, I see it a lot with walking, leaning forward, and I'm out here walking right now at the park on this loop, and I see all kinds of people lean forward and pulling themselves along, versus being a little bit upright. Again, just finding their support points, and imagine, where's their support points when they're walking? Pushing away from their feet. If you imagine pushing away from your feet, you're going to go straight up vertical. Okay? Just that intention again. There's that intention again. And as you push away from your feet, automatically, you're going to come into better alignment. And you're going to push yourself along. Okay? Push yourself along rather than pull yourself along. So your challenge is first become aware of, are you pulling yourself along or pushing yourself along? And then to make the subtle intention of finding your support points. Okay, gosh, I'm standing on my feet. Let's actually imagine pushing away. And you can actually imagine you're pushing away from your hands as well. And then up you go, right? Your posture automatically straightens. You don't have to think about doing any exercises here. Just have the intention of pushing away from support points. And then when you walk, you want to feel like you're being pushed from behind. I had a rolfer one time. Hi Patricia, if you're out there. I had a rolfer one time tell me that it should be like you're feeling like you're actually there's a little wind behind you, and there's this gentle push behind you as you walk. At that point, I wasn't evolved in my thinking as I am now. It's probably 8 or 10 years ago, but now I get it. It's a subtle push from behind, and your breath can actually create that too if you understand how to use your back support zone and activate your diaphragm and all that kind of stuff. But that's all what we teach in depth in the Reverse CPS Now course, which will be open again in a few weeks or so, maybe a month. But anyway, I just wanted to let you know, push versus pull. Be a pusher and not a puller. Okay? So keep pushing away from support points, keep breathing down low and slow into your center, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.